this is interesting. Do you also have kitchen in your office?
Actually, no, but I think this is a good idea, and it's something that I believe if most people, not necessarily women, if most people incorporate this, it will help them in a long way, because health is now key, and making sure you cook what you want to eat is one vital thing every entrepreneur needs and ought to have. Yes.
Well, interesting. I guess I have to take a cue from that. I'll go and get some kitchen in my office.
And I'm into home appliances, so anytime you're ready, so I'll come and finish it for you. Yeah.
So, Joyce, how are you able to manage your home your home and then the office?
It's been challenging.
As a lady.
Yeah, it's been challenging because I don't only run a business. I'm also part of other organizations, and I have responsibilities also. So trying to get everything done needs a plan, and sometimes having this plan, I feel, because I look at the plan schedule, and maybe I have to start a day at maybe 9 o'clock, and I'm a late night sleeper. I sleep very late. Because I do lots of uploading online, I try to get some uploads up, so immediately people turn on their phones in the morning, they see my work. So I'm still working on that, and that's really affected me a lot. I always say I'm getting back to the gym. I look at my schedule and I see I keep postponing it. My eating habit is quite challenging. Sometimes I decide to keep food on me and say that, oh, I'm taking food from the house and taking it to work. Sometimes the food stays in the car till late because I have to do deliveries myself sometimes. I have to be in a meeting. I've scheduled this meeting and I even forget I have to eat. And all this thing boils down to lifestyle. And if you're an entrepreneur and you have a bad lifestyle, you need to work on it, because at the end of the day, it's your life. You can't kill yourself for your business, and that's when people tend to lose focus.
It's quite stressful for you as an entrepreneur.
Yes, I'm still working on it. It's not a one-day thing, because
why don't you get a job done and work 8 to 5 and go home and sleep?
It's difficult for me to have a regular pattern, because I might have to deliver something to someone at 9 p.m. Quite unfortunate.
No, I mean, forget about this entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Get a job at Bank or Ministry of Business Development.
I understand.
8 a.m. close at 5.
There's been times I said to myself, I wish I was working somewhere with 9 to 5. But actually, those in 9 to 5, some of them are also running to entrepreneurship. Most people now working in the corporate field are running as entrepreneurs. So why do I have to run out? Everything needs to have a plan, and I believe if I have a good plan and I work accordingly, I'll still make it. Because I remember a friend told me that probably you could close at 6 p.m. instead of waiting till 9 p.m. because that 3 hours you are waiting, how productive are you? And that's the truth. Sometimes I have to sacrifice my sleep, but at the end of the day, is it worth it? And I believe for entrepreneurs, if you work at things, if you say to yourself, I'm going to work with this schedule, and ask for help and pay for help, as I said initially. If I'm going to get someone who is going to manage my social media for me, maybe from 6 to 10 p.m. and I pay that person, I think it's worth it than staying from morning up to like 10 or 1 a.m. just working. At the end of the day, where is the strength coming from? And that's what, yes, it comes from God, but God has also given us the wisdom to run our lives. And those are some of
applying wisdom to the business and then planning your
management
or planning well.
Yes.
Teresa, have you been asked this question before about why you choose to be an entrepreneur instead of finding a very, secured, in quote, secured job?
I think if you work on your own, you have time for yourself, you have time for your family, and then again, you will know how to manage yourself well, and then how to manage your home as well. Because working for somebody, they can call you to come to work at any time. But working for myself, I have workers. Sometimes I have to give them orders, give them instructions on what to do, and then program myself on like how to manage the work and then the family as well.
So you think it's more fruitful than getting employed somewhere? What have been your major challenge so far?
And then I remember after school, I told my mom I want to work at the bank.
Okay.
And then she was like, "Any DNA woman so we need more bank." But working for yourself is more appropriate than working for somebody. That's what she said. So I decided to listen to her advice and then work for myself and then set
Wow.
my own business.
So in the day, the woman saw a more bank. Interesting. Right, so now let's talk about the challenge that you face as a female entrepreneur. Are you facing any major challenges and how you go to overcome it? A lot of them.
A lot.
Share with us.
One is, you know, women and their ego. Sometimes you will think you have done your best for your clients, but your clients will come in and she's not satisfied. She'll go like, I didn't want this, I didn't want that. And then here in Ghana, people will come in and they will tell you, please look at me and then design something for me. Whilst the person is coming, he or she has pictured something before coming. So after designing for the person, she will come and she will go like, I wish like this side would have been like this. I wish like I had this stuff. So that means you had your own design before coming. So there was no need for you to tell me to design something for you. And then after I've designed something for you, you come and then they will be complaining. They will tell you you have to stitch this side. Some will even use tape measure. Will go and then measure this side and tell you this side and this side, the measurement is not the same thing. Even already made, when you buy, you can see that the stitches, there is a fault on it. But here is the case, they will come and then some will come with their own pressure. Maybe they have issue at home and then they are coming for their dress, and then the little mistake, they will want to put all their pressure on you. And then again, with working with workers, you know, sometimes they will be coming to work late. So now what I've decided doing is I have a bid for them, and then every 3 months I will reward the appraiser. Yes. So now I think that one is helping me a lot. They know that if I come to work early, at the end of the 3 months I'll get, maybe if he or she wants to be the winner, she knows that she's going to get something out of it.
Interesting. Joyce, how many do you employ now?
Sorry?
How many do you employ now?
And currently I have 5.
5?
Yeah.
Now, have you had any challenge working with people?
Yes, I had a challenge with one staff who decided to take some of the clients I have when he knew he was going to quit the business. So in turn, when we are supposed to, for example, send performance to the companies, he prices ours high, and he has his own invoice and price it lower. So he was bidding whilst working with us, and quite unfortunately I had to let go of that because my client also chose to work with him, and depending on the relationship they had, I always believe that everybody has a future, and if there's the path he decides to tread upon, I bless it for him, because there are so many opportunities out there. So if he feels it's a great opportunity for him or her to proceed in life, it's okay, because you can't have it all, and definitely everybody has different sort of challenges they go through, and I felt this was one challenge I had, and I decided not to waste too much on that because I probed further to find out how best we could get the client back. And since the client had no, I don't think I wanted to proceed. Yeah, because in business, when you start seeing certain signs and you try to get a solution, it's not working out, you just look out for other solutions instead of wasting time on a particular problem. Otherwise, other people are also out there looking out for business, so you can't focus on one challenge and say I'm trying to solve this challenge, because everybody is running a race. And truly, sometimes every challenge is a great opportunity. That also forced me to look for other areas and also be more serious in running a business, because if you have someone you're working with, it doesn't mean leave it all for the person. You also have to own it, and that's some of the challenges some entrepreneurs go through. Because
apart from this issue with that entrepreneur, has there been any challenges you face generally?
Yes, one key challenge I personally face has to do with accounting. So I have.
I knew you had that.
Yes. Yeah. So I have someone who manages my account for me. And one other challenge that I also have is with clients, and we have this notion of the client.
That if your maths wasn't good in school, your accounting may not be good.
And not necessarily maths. It had to do with financial accounting. Oh no! I mean, when you are young and you are growing and you see where your strength is, you focus more on your strength, and the marketing was a go-to. Yeah, maths is important. Maths is important. But as I said, I didn't let that failure lead me. And now that I have the opportunity to pay for someone to handle my account for me, notwithstanding, I have to get my accounts done, because the fact that I've got my business registered, I need to honor myself as a citizen to get my taxes right, because it's never an excuse to say that.
Taxes, do you pay them?
Yes, we have to pay taxes. Yes, yes.
How long now?
In 2012.
And you pay your taxes?
Yes.
How do you pay them?
How do I pay my taxes? So we have a VAT, which is charged on every purchase. So at the end of the month, I have to pay the VAT to the government. And we also have the PAYE. I have my social security, and I also have my account I have to pay every year, renewable. And I also have to, yes, yes, and I have to also renew my business registration. So the other taxes that we have, other financial obligations we have to pay to the government. Yes.
Now, talking about the government, do you think the government is doing enough to empower entrepreneurs like you?
Currently, I would say the government has started well, and so far so good. We are getting the awareness now, because most people had businesses, but they had it under their shelf. And if I say they had it under their shelf, most people didn't have the strength to voice out what they were doing. Somebody might be doing so below, but the person feels so below this business, I'm too shy to bring it out. But with these opportunities coming out, everybody is willing to showcase.
Like what?
Right now, we have social media, which is giving us this platform.
The government of the day, do you think the government is doing well for people like you?
I believe the government has started well. And when I say he started well, currently we have the NEIP, which is helping entrepreneurs. But I believe probably the education is not going that far for people to get to know what is actually on board. Because personally, though I haven't read much about it, I feel there are certain things that if I approach that organization, I could benefit more instead of paying for that services, because they've opened so many opportunities for the youth to benefit from. But as to us also taking the step, because most people might have heard of the NEIP, but how many of us have actually taken time to get to the office to find out, this is the business I'm doing, what help are you going to offer me? Most of us are just relying on hearsay. Oh, I hear there's this opportunity, but have you gone? Have you gone and you've been rejected? Because the government is also offering grants to people to start up their business or to expand their business. But because there's a form to fill, which most of us don't really like to do, we fail to read. And reading will actually help you. When you fill the form and maybe probably you apply and you fail, definitely there's going to be a next time for you. And I believe the second window has been open now.
That's the NEP thing.
Yes.
Now, Teresa, have you applied for one of these NEP funding or the other one? But do you think the government is doing well for sort of like yourself?
As you said,
honestly, do you think government is doing well?
I would say no.
Okay.
Maybe because I don't know much about it, but because if they educate women about entrepreneurship, for
educate
women.
Women, okay.
To be on their own. They should encourage and then motivate them to work for themselves. Apart
from that, so your issue is with the education.
Education, yes.
That you think they might be doing it.
Because what men can do, women can do.
But I think the NEP thing is open to the general public, not for men.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe I don't know much about it.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's more of the education.
Yes.
They should let the message go out there. Yeah. Now, if you have the chance to advise the government or any other stakeholders, what would you say?
Yeah. The government should take away gender barrier from the public sector.
How about the private sector, what you belong to?
Same.
Yes. The government should do well to take away the gender barriers, and also your earlier point to educate more or using the means that we use understand, like social media stuff, right? That's good. Joyce, your final words and your advice to the women there in general, or ladies especially.
Okay, so my advice to female entrepreneurs out there.
Even female who are those who are not into entrepreneurship but want to, or the female job seekers. Okay,
so my advice to female entrepreneurs and also job seekers out there is that I believe we should not work with misconceptions in the society. I don't think there's any business that has been written men only. If you take the step, I believe you can do it.
Right. Interesting. Alright, so it's been interesting chatting with the female entrepreneurs. I have Teresa and then Joyce. Ladies, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Right, so Teresa has said that government should take away every form of gender barriers. And then also, Joy said, the ladies out there, take a step and you can do it. Don't think some jobs are for men, because you can also do it. Before we go, let's say a quick thank you to our sponsors. The first one, I'll talk about Armour House at Laboni, a very nice guest house. If you want a place for your honeymoon, weekend relaxation, and whatever hospitality, just call on them. They're just located behind the coffee shop. And then, of course, if you're a gentleman, to be a gentleman, you need to wear nice dress like I am in, from EJ Clothing, located at Dakuman, just around the Dakuman quarters. And then, of course, nice shoe made possible by Hillbill Shoes, located at Ashalebuchi, just on the lakeside road. These guys made it possible that we are here today to bring you this interesting discussion. We'll be back next week, God willing. This is Entrepreneur One-on-One. My name is Solomon Ajay.